Hey, how is it going? So in today's video, what I want to do is break down Sam Ovens and the consulting.com marketing strategy for 2022. That way, if you are in the information, courses, agency services space, and you find that this could be a good strategy for you to look at, you can kind of have a good breakdown of what he's doing, see what you can learn from there, and see what you could potentially use to improve your own marketing and your own business. Sam Ovens, if you don't know him, is the guy who runs consulting.com, which is a massive training company that teaches people how to basically sell online courses and information and programs online. And he is an excellent marketer and teacher and business owner and entrepreneur, and he's had a lot of success with his business model. And one of the things that I really appreciate about Sam, and I think a lot of people really appreciate about Sam, is he's just very transparent and very thoughtful in what he does. After 2 years of not publishing on YouTube at all, he came back out a few days ago with this video sharing basically exactly what he plans to do with his company for 2022. And I think there were some really insightful things that we could take away from how he's doing his marketing and where he is getting his traffic for his funnels in order to be able to improve our own businesses. So I would definitely recommend checking out the entire video down below because it's on the internet and you can get a lot of insight just hearing it straight from Sam. But there's a couple of things that I wanted to point out that I think are really insightful. And these are things that we've been trying to help our clients at the agency do and do better because it's definitely what needs to happen in order to be able to grow your business going forward. So really quickly, in a nutshell, he's got two things that he is going to be doing. He's going to be doing organic marketing, where he's going to be posting videos on YouTube, and then he's going to be doing his paid advertising, where he is going to be driving traffic to his main VSL funnel. One of the things that Sam said in his video is he's really bullish on YouTube. Why? Because YouTube is really the only social platform that you can do work now and it will still keep working for you months and years down the line. And I would definitely agree with him. That's why we've been really bullish on YouTube too, is because if you are doing Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, as soon as you stop posting, you stop getting traction. And the longer you don't post, the less traction you will get. Whereas with YouTube, it's basically a giant search engine. So as long as you're putting in the work now to create good content, you can get traction on that content, continue to get views, continue to get subscribers, continue to get people to follow you online for months and years after you create that content. What Sam said he's going to be doing is working on one YouTube video a week and then repurposing that video into a podcast. So it's not any different content. It's just stripping the audio out and uploading that MP3 into a podcast. So that's something that's really easy for a lot of people to do if they're already making content, is to repurpose that content onto other channels. This is something we try to do really well, where we've got someone on the team who is just helping us repurpose our content onto other platforms. But kind of like Sam, what I do here is just record these videos. And then someone on my team is who helps us get it onto other platforms. And then Sam is going to be emailing 3 times a week to his list, which I think this is fantastic and definitely something a lot of business owners can learn from, because I would honestly say most of the people that we talk to that are coming in at our agency are probably emailing 1 to 2 times a month. And Sam is emailing 3 times a week. I think that's probably a pretty good cadence. As long as you can continue to make valuable emails, then you can keep engaged with your list and you can keep in touch with them. And it's going to help you drive sales if you are just connecting with your list more often. Something that I really liked about what Sam was doing is he just shared exactly what he's going to be emailing. So 1 email a week is just sending out that YouTube video that he made. So he's making content, he's distributing it to his email list. The second thing he's going to do is just send a personal story from him and something that he's learned. So it's just kind of giving you the insights of that Sam has for that week, what he's learning in his business and his mastermind, all of that stuff, sending it out. And the third one is a student success story, which is awesome, especially if you think about it from a persuasion perspective and a copywriting perspective. He's just helping people understand the kinds of results that people get when they work with him. So if you just had this very simple sequence in your business where you're emailing 3 times a week and you're just sending out content that you made, educating people and giving them a perspective that you have that could help them with where they're at and what the problems you help them solve, and then sharing with them how your students get results when they work with you, that's a really powerful way to connect with people. And the nice thing about this is you're not just emailing people, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. You've got a reason to email them. They've got a reason to open, but they're being educated and they're learning. And when the time is right, they can move forward and purchase whatever it is that you have to sell. So I think this is an awesome cadence to have with your email list and with your content, because if you can do one really good piece of quality per week, you can get that onto YouTube, which I think is the most bullish platform that I would be on as well. And me and Sam are on the same page with that one. Repurpose that wherever you want to get it out to, and then get it out to your email list, and then have a good cadence of communicating with your email list. That's a really solid organic strategy. And then on the paid side, what's really interesting is Sam is basically not running cold traffic on Facebook ads anymore. I've definitely seen clients at our agency who have seen diminishing returns on their Facebook ads. I think the general consensus is people that were doing really good are doing less good, and then people that weren't doing so great are now doing bad. Everyone's just kind of seen a steady decline in Facebook ads. The question is, do you think Facebook as a platform is the kind of place that is going to make it better? I'm not super bullish on that. I don't think Sam's definitely not super bullish on that. And so one of the things we've been doing is trying to help our clients move on to other platforms. Sam is already talking about moving off of Facebook. He's only going to be using it for retargeting down at bottom of the funnel, but his cold traffic will be coming from YouTube. Sam has a VSL funnel that he uses to sell his core product. So he was talking about how he's going to be driving cold traffic from YouTube into his VSL funnel and then retargeting people on Facebook in order to get people to move through that funnel. He's going to be selling a 10K offer through that funnel. And if you've been in the online space for any period of time and you've seen Sam around, like Sam has spent a really long time building up this program and making it better and better and getting lots of results. I don't know if I've seen another company that has as many student success stories as consulting.com, and they've just consistently increased the price on their program. So I think it used to cost like 2K a while ago. I think he said in the video that it costs 6K now, and he's going to be bumping it up to 10K later this year. Then on the backside of that, he's got a $30,000 per year mastermind, and those are his only 2 products. I think something that's really interesting in all this is Sam said his budget for advertising is about $30,000 a month, or about $1,000 a day, which is really insightful because a company this size is not trying to spend $2,000 or $3,000 a day on ads. He's trying to run really profitable campaigns. He's trying to run a really profitable, lean business. And so he's expecting to spend about $1,000 a day and then really try to focus on organic efforts in order to drive the rest of those sales. If you're at the point that Sam's at in your business where you've got a really big brand, you've got a lot of authority, you've got a lot of proof, you can definitely start to work towards moving into organic sales. I don't think any business wants to be completely dependent on paid ads. Having organic traffic is super important, especially long-term, but depending on where you're at in your business, you might be a little more dependent on paid ads, or you might have more organic traffic because you've had time to build up that content and build the authority. With what Sam's doing with this 2-pronged approach, where he's got organic that he's building up, that he's been building up for years, he's got the brand and the authority in the marketplace, and he's gonna be running paid ads. He's going to have 2 ways that he can continue to drive sales through paid ads and then continue to work to invest that money and those resources and that time into building up his organic presence. So I think that's a really good strategy that every business could learn from. All of that is super insightful when we're looking at how Sam and consulting.com is setting up their marketing strategy for going into this year. I think it's really simple, which is awesome. I think that's something we can all learn from. It's really interesting that he is not going to be running cold traffic on Facebook and he's going to be pushing most of his budget over to YouTube. And I think it's really insightful that he's really doubling down on YouTube as his organic traffic strategy. And the last one is having a consistent strategy to email your list. So instead of just mailing buy my stuff all the time, you've got a way to stay in touch with them. You're sharing with them how other students are getting results. You're sharing with them the content that you're creating and distributing what you've got to your email list, and then sharing with them stories and ways to build up your authority and show them your unique way of solving problems and your unique way of doing things in the market. All that being said, there's some really good stuff that we can take away from this. So again, I would definitely check out Sam's video. He did a really excellent job. I just wanted to break down some of the big insights that we took in all of that. If you found this helpful and you want to do something kind of like what Sam is doing, I've got this other video over here where I actually break down our entire launch strategy for YouTube ads. So how we are helping clients in my agency go from running ads only on Facebook or running ads, not running ads at all, to actually getting up and running and launched on YouTube. So you can see that full breakdown somewhere right over here on one of these sides. If you have any questions, please feel free to just drop them down in the comments below. Happy to help however I can, and hopefully I will catch you in another video.